Hi, I'm Julie. This is Dick. This is Abby. And this is Boxy the Van, our 2022 Travato KL. We've been traveling the country and sharing our van life adventures, and we're super excited that you're here. We've just left our friend's place in Virginia and we'll be spending some time exploring the East Coast. On just this part of our adventure, we drove more than 1,000 miles staying in state parks, national parks, private campgrounds, and harvest hosts. In this half of our East Coast adventure, we'll go from Virginia to New York with a little meandering along the way. In order to get to our first destination, we needed to cross the Hampton Roads Bridge Tunnel, which is a 3.5-mile system of, you guessed it, bridges and tunnels that connects Virginia mainland to the Virginia Peninsula. When we arrived at First Landing State Park, we set up camp and then we immediately took a walk to the Chesapeake Bay Beach with Abby. How great is this boardwalk? As we passed over the dunes and the rough vegetation that separates the campground from the beach, we really appreciated the fact that someone built this structure. It was hot and there wasn't much breeze, but the water was cool on our feet and absolutely worth the walk. In hindsight, a bathing suit and dip would have been nice, but we weren't that prepared. Campsite, Abby diligently kept an eye out for intruders, or more likely critters, in the surrounding trees. Good morning in Virginia Beach. It's hot and still. We are not accustomed to this being beach weather.
No breeze.
No breeze. Oops, we got stuck behind a trash truck. Oh, yay! Someone let us out! The next leg of our drive took us on the Chesapeake Bay Bridge Tunnel. Right now it's this really long, low bridge, and it's about to dip into a tunnel. We thought yesterday's bridge and tunnel system was a long one, but this one is 23 miles long compared to Hampton Road's 3.5 miles. When we were there, they were doing a lot of construction, so some of the features like restaurants and piers weren't available to us. Bummer. This system has tunnels that go under 2 channels, the Thimble Shoal Channel and Chesapeake Channel.
Those green signs say how far it is to the exit.
Oh, it does?
To the right.
Oh, sure enough. Exit 3,000 something feet. It's going to us.
Goddamn, look how close to that roof this guy is. Holy shit. Eastern Virginia Welcome Center. They supposedly have a gift shop. It's gonna get me a Virginia's for Lovers shirt. I can feel it.
Okay, come here, lover.
We did it.
Abby, Virginia's for lovers. Are you a lover?
She's a killer.
I'm a killer. Our next stop was Assateague National Shoreline. While we were looking into camping options in the area, this is one that I was probably most excited to visit. Beaches, marshland, and of course what makes this place so unique, horses. We saw a few in the distance on the way in, but none close enough to capture on camera yet. Once we set up camp, we had a quick snack, and then we took Abby for a walk to the bay to enjoy the sunset. With horses in the next campsite. Next morning, we discovered horses walking through campsites. There are signs posted saying that you should keep your distance, but I don't know how you're supposed to do that if they come into your camp. I guess the bottom line is that you just need to be as cautious as possible. Just walking through the campsite.
The dangers of being too close. Jesus Christ!
Later, on our walk with Abby, we encountered a horse bucking and running through the street. While Dick grabbed Abby and quickly jumped over the fence, I admit I pretty much froze. Not hopping the fence until the last minute. I did get this footage just as the horse ran past, though.
There's horse hoof prints.
Later, we took a little drive through Ocean City, Maryland, just for the fun of it.
Boardwalk, Ocean City, Maryland.
Then we went back to Assateague Island to check out the marshlands. Good morning from Assateague National Shoreline. We had thunderstorms last night, didn't we, Abby?
She has PTSD.
She has PTSD. She didn't like them at all. It was very stressful for this poor baby. But the rain and storms have changed our trajectory today. We were originally going to take a ferry up into Delaware, and now we're not. Now we're going to go the long way. The ferry would have been great. They even were really dog friendly, but the dog would need to stay outside, and if it's raining, then that seemed like it. Paying $65 for a special trip where you're out in the rain out on the boat with your dog started to seem maybe not appealing. Our plan is to just keep going north, so we'll see what we do next. We actually really don't know. We've got a state park, we have a harvest host, and kind of playing it by ear otherwise, right?
That's right. We gotta make more plans.
We gotta make plans, maybe. Next, we headed to the Batona campground in the Wharton State Forest in New Jersey. We reserved the site online, and we didn't realize until we were almost there and I read the fine print that we were required to check in at a visitor center, and that as part of that process, we'd need to show proof of Abby's vaccination. Fortunately, we did keep that with us, so no problem, but we almost didn't make it there before they closed. When we checked in, we were given printed directions to the site because there's no signal in the woods and we wouldn't have access to GPS. It turns out the visitor center was more than 20 miles away from the campsite, and we soon learned a good portion of that was dirt road. With our 9,000-pound vehicle filled with all our belongings, we tend to take dirt roads a little slower, so what said 38 minutes was probably closer to 90 for us. What have I gotten us into? As we continued on the drive for what seemed like forever, the evening started to get darker and we passed areas that had been affected by wildfires. Not only were the trees bare, you could still smell the burn. We finally made it to the turn-in to the campground, and the ground was covered in patches of sand. For a minute, we weren't sure we'd be able to stay, but the idea of taking that dirt road back out and then finding another campground that night was frankly daunting. Fortunately, we were able to get into the spot and spent a quiet night there. This has been Wharton State Forest. Our neighbors have all left, and we're not far behind. It's gorgeous, and we had another night reserved, but it's supposed to rain tomorrow morning early, so we're gonna have to go to more solid ground. This would be fine, but there's sand over there on the way out, and we don't want to get stuck. When we left, we discovered that there was an exit that was paved. In fact, when I dragged the Google markers over later, there was a whole route we could have used the night before that didn't have any dirt roads at all. I don't know why Google doesn't suggest it as an option and why the folks at the visitor center didn't provide it as an alternative to us, but that's the way things go. Live and learn. We needed to stay in the area while we waited for a prescription refill, so the next night brought us to the nearby KOA. At $98, it was a bit of a splurge, but it was a really nice property and a perfect opportunity to take a real shower. On our evening walk, we learned that the place becomes a real party. Not only did quite a few people have their party music playing at their sites, there was even a DJ with folks, mostly kids, dancing in a gazebo. Now we know, if you're looking for a party on a Saturday night, consider staying at a KOA. Well, when I was making this video, I learned that this business has permanently closed, which is a huge bummer because it's one that we really enjoyed. This was Ark Brew Pub. Breweries and restaurants are our go-to harvest hosts because you can get some sustenance while spending the recommended $35. I mean, we were going to eat anyway. This one was particularly good. We enjoyed a really tasty dinner inside, and then we could take our drinks outside afterwards so Abby could join us. Food, 10 out of 10. Drinks, 10 out of 10.
That's right.
Harvest host parking accommodations, 10 out of 10.
Things are perfect. They smoke and they fry their wings. That's delicious.
They're really good. Cars maybe getting a pop themselves. Oh, it's so hot. The next morning, we took Abby for a walk around the huge property. The owner had told us about a pond out back, and we wanted to check it out.
They're so still, they look flat.
Well, this is embarrassing. They are flat. Apparently, these cutout geese are decoys used to deter Canada geese this time of year from settling into the pond. I have to say, from a distance, they were pretty convincing, and even close up, Abby wasn't sure what to make of them. That was an $18 toll because we weigh more than 7,000 pounds. Our next stay was so close by that we had some time to kill, so we took the shortest trip ever into Philadelphia and then right back to New Jersey. Next, we visited another fabulous harvest host, the farmer's market. As soon as we parked, I went in to let him know we were here and do a little shopping. I was feeling shy about having the camera out, so later I plucked some photos from their Facebook page, pardon the pun, to show you the market. The produce was fresh and delicious.
I taught you.
I knew you would.
The animals in this barnyard love people. It's the sweetest thing ever. Look at them approaching. I definitely regretted not buying them some food when the market was open.
What are you looking at, Abby? Oh.
The next morning, we woke up to some brave visitors just feet away.
Hey, hello, visitor. You have this whole field and you can't see us, Abby. You stay.
You stay. She doesn't have a choice. I'm on her leash, but...
Good girl. They're trying to eat their favorite grass.
Yeah, their favorite grass is over by us. Well, bye to you too.
Bye.
We couldn't leave Jersey without having breakfast at a diner. We're on the New Jersey Turnpike. That's Manhattan over there. And we're driving over the George Washington Bridge. The drive into Clarence Fahnestock State Park in New York just kept getting more green and more lush, and it was really beautiful. I think that's where we're going to leave you today. Join us next time as we spend another day here at Clarence Fahnestock State Park and then move on to explore Vermont, New Hampshire, and Maine. This trip just keeps getting better and tastier. Mm.